Hi guys, it's Samantha from Samantha's Designs. I hope you've had a great Christmas. Spent a lot of time with your family. I'm wishing all of you a happy new year as well. I wanted to come on to talk to you a little bit about things that I've been working on. I have had a good time over in 2018. I was looking at my Instagram, my blog, and my YouTube, and I was like, oh, didn't really post a lot. But there's a reason for that if you've been watching or paid any attention to anything. You know, I'm in grad school. I've got 1 year down, 2 more to go. I am currently trying to complete 2 master's degrees. I know, crazy. I know. The first one will be completed probably of August of 2019, and then I'll start the second one. But that's between that and work and family, that's pretty much all I've had time for. Doesn't mean I haven't crafted. I have, just haven't had the time to really spend any time with all of you and share the things that I'm working on. But some things were percolating in my head because I actually have been on vacation, so I had some time to think about some things I wanted to work on and everything. And this is the time of year, I'm sure I've told you this before, about this time of year last year, or in January of last year, I'll start making birthday cards at this time of year for the rest of the year. I give a lot of birthday cards, especially to coworkers and things. So this is the time that I do that. Also, I've been working on Christmas project for the people, the employees who work under me. I still haven't finished it, so they didn't get it for Christmas. I've had really good intentions. Started back in September thinking I'd have plenty of time to get it done, and between school and life, it just didn't happen. But if I have one really good creative streak for several hours with my Cricut machine, I can finish it up. But it's not done yet. I told them maybe they would get it by Valentine's Day. We'll see. But anyway, from that, I have huge amounts of scrap paper. Now, I don't know about you, but I used to be one of those people that kept every piece of scrap paper I ever had. I had bins of it, of pattern paper that I never went back to and used. Yeah. So here's some of the scraps that I have left just from this project that I've been working on. And I wanted to, because I have also been really good about this year trying to be, not buy every piece of cute pack of pattern paper that I saw. Trying to use up what I have so that I have a reason to go buy more, instead of just buying things that are cute that sit in a bin and I end up giving away or doing whatever with it because I never get around to using it. So I'm trying to do that. And so here are some of the pattern papers and things that I use from this project that I don't really want to give away, because this is part of a couple of packs that have either been gifted to me or that I purchased. And I had made up my mind, I am going to use up this huge pack of paper. I'll show you one day on another video how much is left of that huge. It's one of those big, huge 12 by 12 pattern papers that I really like. It's a distressed pack. So like all of these scraps here, oops, sorry, are from that pad, and see how it's got distressing everywhere. And so I really wanted to use this up before I bought more. And so I wanted to share some things with you that I was thinking of. I wrote down of ways you can use up scrap pieces of paper if you collect it. I usually don't collect. This is actually the biggest stack that I've had in quite some time, because I have a different system now. I don't keep every piece of pattern paper in the world. I don't keep every piece of cardstock in the world. I throw a lot of cardstock away. And I'm sure there's a lot of you gasping from that knowledge. But I have a bin. I'm going to bring in my bin. It's got other stuff in it because I end up sticking other stuff in wherever I find the space. But here is my bin. Here it is. So this has a variety of different sizes. I have made a huge dent in my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch paper. I had a lot more, and because of different projects I did this year, I've really trimmed that down. But I cut these in certain widths and things, and if they can't be cut into these certain things, then I don't keep them. So I have like squares that are 3 by 3. That's something different that I stuck in there. Yeah, this is all 3 by 3. 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then conversely, I think this is 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. So those are cool. And then I have strips. So I have, like, this is probably 3 1/2 by 5. If you can see that. And I'm so sorry. Okay. And then the other size I have is this. It's probably 1 1/2 by 5 1/2. So those kinds of things I do keep on hand. And, yeah, stick it in my bin. Use them for projects. I try to make myself go here. I'm not saying I'm always good at that, but I do try to make myself go to my bin first before I pull out more paper from somewhere. But while I had out the stack of papers, I really wanted to share with you some of the things you can do with your scrap pieces of paper. Things I'm sure you've all thought of, but then there might be some new people who maybe have not. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to switch some things around and we'll put together a couple of cards. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so the first thing that you can do with pattern paper that you have as scraps is do some paper weaving. Very simple. I'm sure you know all how to paper weave, but here's a kind of a loose one that I did. So this is not a tight weave or anything, but it's kind of for nice abstract cards. And what I'm going to do with this is, and how I keep it together. So once I weave everything, I very carefully flip it over. I put on, I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Strips of double-sided tape. It not only keeps both of the strips together, but it also will help you put it on your card as well. So what I've done with this one is I am going to put this, I put this on, I'm using some Recollections cardstock. These are pre-folded, pre-done cards that are about 5 by 7, I believe, or so. I used some cracked pistachio distress oxide ink and just made a little bit of, I wash of color there, not very much. And then I am going to place this here. And then I'm going to add my sentiment. So that's just one thing that you can do. I don't do this very often, be quite honest. I don't do a lot of paper weaving, but I was thinking about things to do with these scraps. And I was like, oh yeah, that's something that I've seen people do, and it's really cool. I don't know why I don't do it very often. So I thought I would try this and just see how I liked it. So, oh my goodness. And this tape can be wonderful because it's strong, but not so much fun because it's hard to get the backing off of. And this tape that I'm using is nothing, it's not a brand. I think I got this from AliExpress, but I also get this a lot of the double-sided tape I use from Dyson? Anyway, it's a Japanese dollar store And since I'm here in California, they have those around, and I actually like going in there and seeing what they have. But their paper, their double-sided tape is really good. Just as good as some of the brand. And this is some Distress ink, Distress Collage Medium. And I'm just going to use that in some places just to keep some of these other areas down that I'm scared are going to come up. So, and you can use whatever medium you wish. I know people really don't like when you say you get things from Wish and AliExpress or eBay or whatever, but I really do like their adhesive, and it's much more cost effective. Might have to wait a little bit for it to come in if you order it, but I try to make sure I order in plenty of time so I don't have to. It's not something I'm dying for. And if it's something I've just got to have right this minute, then I will go to Daiso or Dyson, however you say that, and yeah, pick some up. All right, so then I have this really nice foil looking cardstock that it's also Recollections. I did a happy out of this, and this is a paper tray ink die. I do remember that. I'm gonna hold it with my little tweezers here because it's just easier, and then use some of this collage medium. I like the collage medium because it really does hold very well. I know there's a lot of other brands out there, but this is what I have on hand, and this bottle has lasted me forever. I thought when I bought it, I was like, oh, that's not going to last long, but it really has. It really has. So I'm going to put that, I'm out of frame probably, sorry about that, right here. Another thing about these tweezers, these are EK Success, I believe, is you can do that. You can hold it until it dries. And then I have this cute little birthday banner. The birthday is from this lawn phone set I've had for a while now. It is called Party Animal. And the happy birthday I actually cut because I like to use my dies a lot. And then use this birthday because I like its script. It's really pretty. So for this, just because I have it here, I'll just use some tape runner. Be simpler. And you can do whatever else you want to. I really wouldn't mind some sequins, but I'm not seeing any sequins I'm loving. So right here on my desk is some of these Jot stickers. So I think I'm going to use either the blue or the green. Which do I like better? I think I like the blue just because it's a little bit of a contrast. And I'm just going to put that right there. Okay, so that's a birthday sticker, a birthday card done. And this doesn't have to last long, but just let it dry. Okay, so that's kind of a woven paper, but it's not very close knit. So that's one. The other one, and I think this was a Pinterest thing I found. I did this the other day to save some time. Another Recollections card base that's a square. I should measure these things so I can tell you, and I don't remember to do so. But anyway. So this is a 5.5 by 5.5. Okay, so then I took some more strips. Now these strips, I made sure they were the same size. And then I did a tighter weave. Again, once I got that done, I did flip it over and I put tape on the back to keep it together, and also so I could add it to this. But I also took a couple of die cuts then that are shaped with the little stitching, and then a heart, because I'm going to lay this on top of it to show the woven pattern. I think that's really pretty. And then I've already got tape on the back of this so we can put this together. Oops, I'm off frame again. One of these days I'm going to get one of those nice little webcams that everybody else has that's way above your desk. Because what I have is what I'm making do with my phone and a very cheap holder that works, but my phone's in my face, so this makes it even more interesting when I'm doing this kind of thing. But all right, so the problem with this is that this is going to be like so. Oh no, don't. There we go. Okay, so then once you've done that, you can just cut away the rest of it. What did I just do with my cute little scissors? I'll use my big scissors for this. Because nobody's going to see this back part, so you don't have to be, you know, the world's best cutter, which I am not. So I like paper crafting because there is a such thing as a trimmer that can help me cut straight, because I can't cut straight with a flip. Which is probably one of the big reasons I love paper crafting, because that's why I don't sew and all of that good stuff, because I can't sew straight, I can't cut straight. It's awful. Okay. So this looks a mess back here in the back, right? But here it's so pretty. Yay. Okay, so we're going to put some more tape down. Oops. Oh, I have tape down. That's right. Let me add a little bit more though. Now this tape from Daiso that I do have, I will tell you, you have to cut it. This is not the widths that are not as wide you can tear, but this one you can't tear. It is very difficult to tear. Okay, now we're just going to take this off. And I got a little helper over here who's watching. If you've not seen his channel, his name is Tumblebee6. He is also here on YouTube. He is a gamer, and he puts up videos a little more often than I do, to be quite honest, because he has a little more time to do so than I do.
Well, I hardly upload because I always am busy gaming.
Yeah, he gets too busy gaming. He's correct. So go look out for Tumblebee6 if you want to see some Roblox videos or Minecraft or Steam games if you like Steam games. He's got all that stuff. Oh, hold on. We got a little bit showing right there. Still. Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, so this I'm just going to put right here in the middle of my card. And I am not a precise person. I hardly ever work from a grid. I know a lot of people do that, but I'm more of a, oh, that looks good, plop it down kind of person. So here's my card. Now, I want to add a sentiment to this as well. Could do the same happy birthday. I have another happy birthday out. But, I have too many things on my desk. Okay. I'm going to go with this happy birthday, I think. And this one, I'm just going to stack here in the center. This is another reason. Thank you, Jennifer Ward, for teaching me about T-rulers and why they're important. Because sometimes I do use them to try to make sure my stamps are straight. Okay, so that is straight. Now let me get it on a block. I've got to figure out how to clean these stamps. Alright, if I put happy birthday here, it still looks really plain, doesn't it? needs something, people. It needs something. I'm just not sure what. Okay, now what did I do with my black ink? This is Memento. I like it a lot. I use it quite a bit, the Memento, especially when I'm doing any Copic coloring. And it's always out on my desk, so it tends to be the one I reach for. Yeah. Why does that look? Oh, that's because I have it wrong. Oh my goodness. All of that, and then I don't even have. Since I did all that, it's not going to stick. Hold on, guys. I have made a faux pas. I actually stamped on the back of this instead of the actual word. Give me a minute to clean my stamp. Okay, so I actually got that stamped correctly that time. Yeah, it needs something. So, let's see. Because I have stitching here, I'm just going to do some white stitches. Or at least I hope I'm going to do some white stitches. Yes, it is working. This is very faint, guys. It is not showing up. This is a marker, but I can't really see it. Well, that's not going to work. Let's try. Okay, I'm just going to use one of my Cricut pens. I wish I could say I was good at this little detail thing. But I usually don't do this kind of stuff just because it takes a while. I have to be in the mood to do this kind of detailing. So I'm going to hopefully be doing some more videos in a reasonable time. I make no promises. But I want to show you some other things that you can do with your paper scraps. Well, that helps a little bit. And then it still needs something. I don't know, something. What does it need? It needs... I would really like some sequins. Ew, no. Okay, let's just do some sequins. That's always good. And That's much better. Okay, let's do... I've always heard that you should have an uneven amount of sequins. So an odd number. So I'm trying to stick with that because that's, ooh, that usually does work better. I have to say, in my experience, what I like anyway. And I'm not really worried about the fact that they're different sizes. I am trying to stay away from the stars and butterflies in this. And I think this is a Lucy's Cards Mix, and don't ask me the name of it because I don't know. But they're all clear. And also, like everyone else, there's certain things that I've found that I just do better, and that is stick to sequins and things and try to pick something that's not 500 million different colors, because then I don't use them. But I do use the clear black white kind of. It's kind of like having basics in your wardrobe. I have basics in my stamp stash, and sequins and beads and embellishments. I'm starting to understand it works better for me to pick those universal colors that goes with everything. I still pick some things that, are rainbow or colored, but a lot of things I'm trying to just kind of stick with some basics. So here's my card. I like it better with the sequins. Well, it's kind of no rhyme, no reason, kind of, but I like it. And the stitching, I think, added a little bit something too. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was much longer than I anticipated. But thank you for sticking with me if you did till the end. If you want to see more crafty cards that are simple, especially if you're a newbie, then please subscribe and like this if you enjoyed it. Thank you. Have a great evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.